Today it's going to be pork shoulder butt roast in the smoker. And as you can see, I've heavily seasoned it with my homemade seasoning brine, which is 1 part salt, 1 part black pepper, 1 part onion powder, 1 part garlic powder, 3 parts brown sugar. It's got a lot of brown sugar, and that's what I love to season anything I cook in the smoker that's pork. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to cover this up with a plastic bag, throw it in the fridge for about 3 or 4 hours and let all that stuff soak in, and then we're going to fire up the smoker. Alrighty, we're out here in the back. I got the smoker all lit up here. I have a mixture of B&B oak charcoals and some mesquite lump charcoal on the bottom. I have a couple of pieces of peach wood there for our smoke. Okay, on this side I have the pork roast with 1 probe deep into the center. The other probe is just laying on the grill. These other pieces of pork are similar to the pork shoulder, but these are called country ribs. But they're not rib meat really, they're just pork shoulder. And I season them all the same with the same rub, okay? I have my wires going down through the bottom so they won't get pinched when I close the top. We're going to open the top about halfway here to start out with. And let's look at our temperatures here. We have 43 in the middle of the roast, at 90 and climbing on the grill level. And I also have a remote temperature reader in the house, so we'll monitor that. I think the roast is going to take maybe 4 or 5 hours total, but those country ribs are only going to be an hour or so, then we're going to sear them on the flame. Okay, now I'm with my little handheld monitor in the house. And as you can see here, you could set it for probe 2 or probe 1. We have the meat on probe 1, which is reading 64 so far. And our temperature of our grill is 179. So we're just going to monitor that until the meat is about 160. Then we're going to wrap it and crank up the heat a little bit. We want to get it up to about 200 before we pull it for pulled pork. Okay, if you want it to fall apart, you need to go right up over 200 for that to happen. Okay, but anyhow, that's how you work this thing. And this is a pretty handy little deal. It only costs about $40 at Walmart. Alrighty, it's almost been an hour now and everything's looking pretty good. Our meat on the pork shoulder is 115 and we had about 250 holding steady on the temperature on the grill grate. Okay, now I'm going to check these little rib pieces here. $140 is done. 140, 145 is done. Okay, so we're there. We're about there. I'm going to go ahead and put some barbecue sauce on these and cook them a little longer, and then we're going to pull these off. But this roast is going to go another hour or 2 or more. Okay, now about every 30 minutes, I'm giving this roast a little spritz with my apple cider vinegar and apple juice. I think I have a little cranberry juice in here today just to keep it moist. But look at how all that fat on the top is rendering and browning just nicely now. Okay, very quickly here, I put the other grate right over the fire. We still have lots of hot coals. I'm just going to char these rib pieces just for a minute or 2. We're going to take them off. And we're going to close up and continue on slow roasting this pork butt shoulder piece, okay? But these ribs are almost ready. Alrighty, these ribs are ready to pull. I'm going to bring them in the house. The pork shoulder's going to stay out here for a while still. Got some cooking to do. Okay. Grill temperature 246, pork roast temperature 121. We want to wait till it gets to 160. We're getting close, but I want to do some adjustments again here. I'm going to flip this baby over so we could smoke the other side of the pork. Now, as you can see, it has some grill markings, but it doesn't have much smoke to it because all the smoke rises above the grill grate. We still have a really good fire with the oak charcoal and the mesquite charcoal going in here, and we're going to get some more smoke. 1 more hour on that, then we're going to wrap it up. All right, I'm here in the house checking the little monitor. It says the grill temperature is 250 and the pork roast internal is 148. I'm going to go check it out and see if it looks like it's ready to wrap up. It's been on there for almost 100 minutes. Okay, hey, it's looking pretty darn good here. 149 internal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in this aluminum pan. So now I covered the pan up with foil, and make sure you seal up the edges really good, because you're basically going to steam cook it the rest of the way, okay? See that? We got it all sealed up. It's not going to take any more smoke. Now, if you want to, you could throw this in the oven in the house and finish it off, but we need to wait until our temperature on the meat goes about 202 to 205. That's the top temperature there. The probe inside there is 170, 180. I think we're going to close this up just for a little while and let this thing really heat up the temperature, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then I'm going to scooch it back over here away from the coals so I don't burn the bottom. But I have it fat side down right now. It's not going to hurt anything. And the temperature is going up. Okay, according to our little monitor here, we are 204 in the pork roast, and it's been holding about a 216 in the aluminum pan, boiling the juices in there, which is perfect. I guarantee you it didn't burn. So let's open this up and check it out real quick here. You see it's just bubbling away in there and boiling and steaming itself. And let's give it a poke with a fork. And yeah, it's coming apart easily. I would definitely say it is done. Let's close this thing back up. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scooch it over here away from the heat, because we still have a little bit of coals going here. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to close this thing up and let the fire go out and let it rest in there in the juice, and maybe in an hour or so, hour or two, we'll come back out here and we'll break it up. Alrighty folks, look at this pork roast. It is just pulls apart so easy. Look at that. And the bone, there's just one little bone here, but it's going to come right out just like that. See that? But hey, I'm going to take 2 forks and pull all this meat apart. I'm going to mix it in with all this good yummy juice in here. Should be good stuff. Alrighty, I shredded all that meat up. It came apart very easily, and I'm just going to taste a little sample and make a little half a pulled pork sandwich here. Here we go. Tender, juicy, delicious. All that juice is soaking back up into the meat again. I'm going to wrap this up and throw it in the fridge, and we're going to have a blast tomorrow with this stuff. All right, pulled pork, guys. It's simple to do. It just takes time. I think we've had about 3 hours invested in this thing altogether.